Hello, hello, this is BenRegen. I am recording, testing out a pre-alpha release. I'm testing out a game called Quest of the Champion, The Pursuit of the Celestial Prism. A game that I am linked to by another person who knows the creator, ProphetSword. And I'm going to be testing out the game for the first time. I already tested my OBS and made sure everything was working properly. It's good I did because it was cutting out my beautiful face. Anyway, this game, one thing you'll recognize right away when I start playing is it takes, I think, pretty heavy inspiration from Talisman, which is a lot of fun. It's a digital board game. But anyway, I'm going to jump right into it. It's a single player game, not even released yet for not even released to wishlist yet, although I'm definitely planning to as soon as it's available. So I'm just helping to do some bug testing here, and I'll have to ask before I put up any videos to make sure that the creator authorizes that. Look at that handsome rogue there. It's a lot like me. Got any blondie with blue eyes? That's me. I don't know, this guy reminds me of the Paladin a little bit from Diablo 2. I don't know, this blue sky guy. I think you're the one, man. From my first run, anyway. That reminds me so much of there's an actor whose face looks a lot like that. I'm trying to think of his name. I'm terrible with actors' names. Anyway, let's get on with it. Pick this handsome knight. Let's see. I think I am going to test all of them, but I'll probably start with. None of them have regeneration. For some reason, I'm a big freak when it comes to that. You wouldn't suspect somebody that's named BenRegen to like regeneration, but sure enough. These are the tougher ones. They get more health per level. Attack bonus. Defense bonus, attack. This has the best defense bonus, not the best damage, but I will start with the knight. Knights gain an extra defense, so that's what they get. So knight, barbarian, scout, assassin, battle mage, and wizard gets respectively 1 to defense, 1 to damage, 1 to experience earned, 1 to their attack bonus, 1 to damage reduction score, and 1 to luck-based skill rolls, which is fate. And that's oh, I love that you've already got in here where you can mouse over to have an explanation of each thing. Mastery, showing your character's damage total, speed, how fast the character moves to avoid damage in combat, so that's for defense score. We've got accuracy, to land a hit on the enemy in combat, and fate, which manipulates luck for random event die rolls, excuse me. No, it'd be dice. It'd be dice rolls. I'm sorry, I've seen this game. I saw somebody else test this game out before I had a chance to request to be able to jump in the testing phase. So, fate, it actually, well, you'll just see. That's all part of the recording. You get to see and play along with me. I'm going to start with the knight, and my plan is to try and min-max my defense, since the knight has a defense to start with. A bonus to defense. What's a good name? I don't know. What is a good name? I should probably sit here and think about that very hard because the name's got to be very important. Floss McBoss. Okay. Here we go. Floss McBoss. You can also, you may have noticed, you can randomize the name and it gives you a random name. Floss McBoss it is. Ugh. Floss, it's good for you. Feels good too. Anyway, we're gonna go standard on all these. I'll play around with the others at some point, and I guess I don't know if the intro cutscene comes through. I guess I'll play the tutorial area. I can't remember if they said that there were any problems with those yet, but I'll give it a shot. And the game may very well crash while I'm playing, by the way. They know of at least one bug with this version. Let me shut up.
Brave hero, peril descends upon the realm of Eldoria. Queen Malvina, the treacherous and evil sorceress, has unleashed her vile knights to seize the celestial prism.
We gotta protect that prism from that bear. I'm kidding. Beautiful.
Since the age of forgotten heroes, the celestial prism has resided within the ancient monastery of Zephyrath. It is a place of wondrous enchantments, guarded by benevolent monks who ensure the sacred protection of the artifact.
That's beautiful artwork. I love the voice acting too.
Earlier today, Queen Malvina's knights attacked the monastery. They seized the celestial prism and murdered the monks who lived within the walls. They fled with the artifact and are, as we speak, making their way across Eldoria with their prize.
I gotta say, Queen Malvina has a nice beard. Oh.
Queen Malvina's wickedness is poised to wreak havoc upon Eldoria. The celestial prism has the power to alter the fabric of fate, and in the hands of evil could destroy the world we hold dear.
So it would be bad.
Go forth, champion. Track the knights and stop them from delivering the celestial prism to their queen. The fate of the realms is in your hands. May the radiance of past heroes light your path on this quest.
You can count on me, Floss McBoss, to do the job right. Introduction. Welcome to the quest of the champion. During the game, your mission is to follow the trail of the knights who have captured the celestial prism. You must stop them from delivering the artifact to the wicked sorceress, Queen Malvina. You will accomplish this mission by drawing cards, making choices, fighting terrible monsters and agents of evil, and trying to survive the hazards thrown in your path. This will not always be easy. Cards you draw are randomized, except in the tutorial area of Silver Dawn. So you must use your wits to survive in an environment that can be suddenly brutal. This introductory instruction guide will help you understand the basics of the game and how the game operates. Fantastic. Very thoughtful to put in a previous in case you need to reread something or you want to reread something for comprehension. Drawing cards. Play in the game progresses when you draw a card. Drawing a card reveals a new element within the area you are exploring. Those elements can be treasures, monsters, dangers, locations, and even helpful NPCs. There are several different kinds of cards, each of which will be explained in the following pages. In the world of Eldoria, enemies can be found around every corner. As you draw cards, you will encounter many enemies that will engage you in combat. During combat, you have the option to both attack your enemy or flee. When an enemy seems overwhelming, it is sometimes to your advantage to flee the combat. Enemies award experience points when you defeat them. In addition, defeating enemies allows an automatic draw from the treasure deck. Very important there. And as you can see, they have defense, damage, rating to flee from them, and health. Some random events. Some cards you draw lead to random events, and you will be required to roll the dice to resolve them. The higher you roll, the better the outcome. Luckily, these rolls can be altered by a character's fate attribute. Each point of fate adds +1 to the die roll, so the higher your fate score, the easier you will avoid bad situations. And as you can see, the strange cottage, the higher you roll, the better the item. You can get a treasure card if you roll 16 or more, but if you had a fate, then that would boost the minimum die roll. So you will encounter cards that have choices, but do not require a roll. These are called choice cards, and will offer you one of 3 choices that you can select. Some choices require the character to have over a certain amount of gold to activate, so like buying things, as these events often will spend some of the gold that the character has accumulated. You must pick one of the 3 choices during play, and at least one choice will be available. So you can stay at the end, gain 3 experience, or convert your loot pile to gold, which I've already seen that, but I'll explain it when it comes up. Occasionally, you encounter a shop during your adventure. A shop allows the character to buy new equipment that can help boost their abilities. Shops are also a place where you can sell the loot you have accumulated from your loot pile and convert it to gold. Loot cannot be spent until it is converted to gold. So, of course, very important when you do come across an actual merchant that you sell the loot you have, unless you're not planning on buying anything, in which case you wouldn't. Because some events can cost you gold, unless you want the gold with you. Of course, you can buy. You have some events where you can buy stuff with gold, so it's really just how lucky you're feeling. As you make your way through the world of Eldoria, you will eventually draw a location card. These cards signify the trail of Queen Malvina's Knights, that the trail of Queen Malvina's Knights has led you to a new area. During a standard game, you'll travel to several areas. How many depends on the game length you selected at the beginning of the game, which I've selected standard. I believe it's 5. In this version, Silver Dawn might count as an area. We'll see. When you enter a new area, you can no longer draw cards from the area you left behind, which is fine. It doesn't really matter. Character starts with a limited number of potions and can gain more as the game progresses. Potions can be purchased at shops and drawn from the treasure deck. Healing potions will heal the character 8 health and can be used at any time except on an enemy's turn during combat, which it just resolves automatically and then it's your turn again. Healing potions cannot raise a character's health above their maximum. Makes sense. Fire potions are thrown at an enemy. They hit automatically and do 8 points of damage. They can only be used during combat on a character's turn. Good. Experience points. We all, I think, understand how experience points work. As a character moves through the game world, we probably, at this point in time, with the explosion of gaming and the base understanding most people have and base contact most people have had, most people probably already understand all this. So I might end up cutting all this out. And if I don't, then you'll hear me say that. So anyway, as a character moves through the game world battling enemies and exploring random events, they will accumulate experience points. Every time a character gains 30 experience points, they will gain a level of expertise in their chosen profession. There is no upper limit to the number of levels a character can gain, so acquiring experience points is always important. When a character has gained enough experience points to level up, they will be granted the option to increase one of their attributes. Different attributes contribute to different abilities in the game. More information can be found by clicking the info button at the top of the main play screen. I'm trying to speak quickly to move through this part so that we can see the gameplay. Again, I might cut all this out. Who knows? And the final confrontation. Eventually, if the character is able to survive the treacherous lands of Eldoria, they may finally confront Queen Malvina or one of 8 other final bosses available in the game. Defeating one of the final bosses will end the game, and the player will be victorious. And we're ready to exit. The pursuit begins. The Royal Scouts report troubling news. Queen Malvina's wicked knights are on the move. Even worse, the evil sorceress queen discovered your involvement and has put a price on your head in the hopes that someone will stop your pursuit of her knights. Sounds to me like she might like you. You know how it is. Anyway, you hear rumors whispered in shadowy corners that other beings of foul intent may also be trying to track the knights and gain control of the celestial prism before it reaches Queen Malvina. You can't let them get there before you do. To my knowledge, there's not a time limit. Anyway, your goal is to uncover valuable information that will reveal the footsteps of your adversaries, lead you to the celestial prism. Regardless of the dangers that lie ahead, you make a solemn vow to halt the evil knights and protect the realm of Eldoria from danger. Well, good on you, Floss McBoss. You sound like a good dude. Silver Dawn. After being chosen by the king for this important mission, he bids you to ready yourself for the adventure ahead. He suggests you quickly explore some important locations in his castle and in the city of Silver Dawn before leaving to pursue the knights. The king's command fills you with a sense of urgency. You walk out of the castle's grand hall, gazing up the intricate banners and polished stone walls that echo the pride and history of this peaceful city. The soft golden light, filtering through stained glass windows, casts vibrant hues over the marble floors, illuminating your path toward the treasury, your first stop on your path to adventure. Here I am. We see the general HUD that we'll be seeing throughout the game here. You may notice a quick cut. It's only because I'm checking my phone or doing an errand if I have to step away from the computer. But it's fine. One thing that I noticed immediately is that even though I knew about Destiny potions already. It shows the Destiny potions in the lower right of the screen here. Destiny potions give you a big boost to fate. I think in possibly all your next 5 rolls. 5 or 6 rolls. Starting at an extra 5 or 6 and then dwindling down 1 by each roll until you no longer have the boost. The only other thing I know about Destiny potions is that in this version there may be a bug where if we find a Destiny potion, it'll lock the game up. From what I've been told. So hopefully we won't find any Destiny potions. They are very powerful. So we're in Silver Dawn. I'm going to click to draw a card. We have the King's Treasury. You step through the heavy iron-bound doors of the King's Treasury. Ornate chests are stacked along the walls, and the scent of metal and ancient wood fills the air. 2 armored guards, their hands resting on the hilts of their swords, watch over the wealth of Silver Dawn. An official in finely tailored robes steps forward, giving you a courteous nod. The king has instructed us to supply you with gold for your journey. Of course, we'll need to ensure that it's an appropriate amount. Money, 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 money. Okay. King's Treasury. How much gold are you awarded? Looks like we've got a dice roll here. Going from small amount, moderate, and large amount. 50, 100, or 200 respectively. I've got no bonus to fate, so we're going on a flat roll here as far as I can tell. I got a 12 for a moderate sum of gold, 100 gold. Sounds good. Good start. King's Library. You step into the King's Library. The air is thick with the scent of ancient paper, leather bindings, and the faint traces of incense. Those all smell wonderful. Golden light filters in from high, arched windows, casting a warm glow over rows of books and scrolls. As you approach the heart of the library, you see an area dedicated to arcane studies, its shelves filled with the thick volumes on magical artifacts, mythical relics, and the ancient lore of Eldoria. Somewhere among these countless pages lies information on the celestial prism. You know you should learn as much as you can about the artifact before you set out to find it. This is a smart king and a smart adventurer. How much do we learn? Do we gain 2 experience, 4, or 6? We gain 2 experience. Not real big on reading, apparently. But at least he's a knight. He's able to read, most likely. Combat Trainer. You find yourself standing before the Combat Trainer, a tall man with a face carved with countless battle scars. His gaze is intense, scrutinizing you as though measuring your worth. He clears his throat and says, The king has sent word that he wants you to be as prepared as possible. You have a choice. I can grant you a health potion to keep you on your feet in the heat of battle, or a metal shield to guard against what swords and spells may come at you. The trainer steps back, eyeing you once more. Or perhaps you take nothing at all and rely solely on your wits and strength. It's your decision. The gift of a health potion, the gift of protection, or refuse the gift. I'm not sure why we would refuse the gift. On later playthroughs, I'm going to fiddle with these options just to see if it gives you anything else or shows you anything different. I'm assuming not. I'm just going to take it at face value and say that that's if you're just wanting to make the game harder. Health potion is 8 health. Bracers would be really good protection. So your defense is just like rolls in a lot of popular pen and paper games, RPGs, where the higher your defense, the less chance they can hit you. I'm going to go with health potion because I like regeneration more than armor. I gain a health potion. Pretty straightforward. My cousin thinks he's funny. He was asking which class I started as. I let him know that I'm starting, in order from the night, the first class, and he said, "Well, have a good night then," spelled with a K. Have a good night. Very clever, Brian. All right. Young Squire. The first person I have to kill. I'm kidding. The combat trainer nods once you've made the choice and motions you to follow him across the training yard. He leads you to where a young squire is waiting, shifting nervously from foot to foot. The squire holds a wooden sword in his hand, his grip firm, but his posture slightly uncertain, like my own. The trainer glances between you and the squire, arms crossed over his chest. "This will be your first test," he says, his voice calm but commanding. "Nothing too serious, just a chance to get your footing. The lad here will take it easy on you. He knows it's only practice. But he's secretly one of Malvina's." Okay. Hover over attributes for information, and it shows and explains the stats. That makes sense for the tutorial. I'm not going to flee. That would be a funny option, though. I might not even see that option again, because I don't know if I'm going to do the tutorial again. Okay. I attack with the short sword. He attacks me. I take 1 damage. My turn. I miss. He misses. I hit him. Young squire is defeated. And I gained 24 gold pieces. Wow, he must have had a lot of gold on him for drop 24 pieces just when he fell down. Alright. We draw again. Seasoned Knight. The combat trainer's eyes glint with a hint of challenge as he gestures for you to follow him across the training grounds once more. Waiting with a calm, unyielding stance stands a seasoned knight in worn but well-kept armor. The trainer nods toward the knight, giving you a knowing look. "This one won't be as easy as the squire. Sir Aldrich here has seen more battles than I can count." "So too?" "And he'll show you what a real fight feels like. Don't expect him to go easy on you. Consider this a true test of your skill." Flee. Let's see. I miss. He does not. I swing and hit him. He swings and misses. You're a seasoned knight? You've missed twice now. What the heck is wrong with you? Are you some kind of like... Ow! Okay. What's this? Sayonara! Now he's going to pit me up against a knight in powered armor. Oh. Don't mind if I do. I chose right, too, because the shield section is where bracers go, so I just boosted my accuracy pretty easily there. Along with my defense. Gate Priestess. As you near the castle gates, a calm, soothing presence approaches. The woman standing before you has the serene aura of one who has devoted herself to healing and peace. Her face, lined with gentle wrinkles, holds a warmth that instantly puts you at ease. "You fought well," she says, her voice gentle but firm. There's a tone of approval there. "If you're in need of healing, I can tend to your wounds. Or, if you'd rather carry on as you are, I have a healing potion I can offer you for the road ahead. Sometimes it's good to keep something in reserve for when you truly need it." That sounds good. I will take the potion, because I've only lost 5 hit points. And once again, it gives you the option to refuse the aid. I think we should take that at face value, that it's just to make the game harder. It would be very interesting if those did affect something later. Like maybe some kind of like temporary fate point or something. I'm just not sure. Silver Dawn Tavern. Stepping into the Silver Dawn Tavern, you're greeted by the lively hum of locals sharing tales, laughter, and a hint of friendly mischief. The smell of roasted meat and ale hangs heavy in the air, mingling with the faint scent of wood smoke. You glance around and spot a group of townsfolk gathered around a low wooden table in the corner, casting dice and exchanging coin with easy familiarity. As you approach, one of the players, a grizzled man with a quick smile and a wink, gestures for you to sit. "Care to try your luck, traveler?" Ooh, so it's a random event roll. So we got to roll. We'll either lose 20, win 20, or hit the jackpot and win 80. See how lucky I am. Lucky enough, 20 more gold. Very nice, very nice. City Blacksmith. The rich scent of metal and smoke fills the air. Rich scent of metal and smoke? I would just cough. people would be like, "You're the chosen one." Anyway, rich scent of metal and smoke fills the air, mingling with the warmth radiating from a nearby forge. The clang of hammer on steel echoes from a back room where you catch glimpses of a broad-shouldered man hard at work, carefully shaping a glowing piece of iron. A young woman with bright blonde hair and a confident smile greets you. Her hands show signs of work, faint soot stains, and a few calluses, proof of her own dedication to the trade. "Looking for something sturdy, perhaps?" she asks, nodding toward a row of gleaming armor pieces displayed around the shop. "We have everything from reinforced cloth robes to plate mail. If you'd like, I can show you what we have." "Please do." I got no loot, but I can browse the wares. I could get robes, or I can't use either of these items since I'm a knight, though. The rogue or a spellcaster could use those. The only one I could use is good defense, but I can't purchase that. I don't have enough gold. If I had 180 gold, that'd be 60 more. I still wouldn't have enough. I wonder how I would have purchased that. Maybe it's not possible. Anyway. Okay, I'll leave. The city apothecary. Stepping into the city apothecary, you're greeted by the scent of herbs and a hint of something spicy hanging in the air. Shelves line the walls, crammed with vials and bottles, each containing a liquid of a different color, some softly glowing, others as dark as ink. Near the counter stands a round man with rosy cheeks and a beaming smile. "I've got potions of healing, a fire potion for those hotter encounters, and..." He lowers his voice, eyes twinkling. "One rare brew that's a little more special." He gestures you closer, eager to reveal his selection. Okay, well, let's check these wares. Can we do anything here? Looks like we could get a healing potion or fire potion. Again, I'm a big fan of healing. We've gotten several healing potions already, though, but I'm going to get another one anyway. I'm just going to boost up on healing potions. And we've made our choice. We get that one choice. We can't buy everything. Silver Dawn Gates. As you approach the gates of Silver Dawn, the towering stone walls stretch high above, casting a cool shadow over the entryway. Two guards, clad in polished silver armor adorned with the city's insignia, stand watch. One of them nods in your direction, a hint of curiosity in his eyes. "I hear you're the one off on the king's mission," he says, glancing at his companion. "Funny enough, we've heard some talk about where Queen Malvina's knights went, though it's hard to say if it's just fact or another tale." He raises an eyebrow as if gauging your interest. "Care to hear what we know?" he asks, his voice dropping as though he's about to share a secret. It's an event roll. Here we go. I got a 9, likely a rumor. Just too experienced. Maybe, but not putting much stock in it. Malvina Spy. Outside the gates of Silver Dawn, as the golden leaves drift down toward you in the late afternoon light, a figure emerges from behind the trees. He's draped in dark leather, his features sharp and shadowed beneath the hood pulled low over his face. A wry smile flickers across his lips as he observes you, sizing you up with a confident sneer. "So," he drawls, his voice carrying a smooth menace. Okay, well, maybe that was the wrong voice. "So," he drawls, "word travels quickly through Eldoria. I heard the king sent a hero to chase after Celestial Prism. How quaint." He steps forward, his hand reaching to the hilt of his dagger, gleaming wickedly at his side. "But your journey ends before it even begins," he says coldly. And without another word, he lunges, aiming to strike. Well, man, you're in deep trouble. You got pretty good health, but you don't do that much damage. I'm pretty confident. Let's see how it goes here. Okay. Got another good hit on him. Ooh, he missed. Didn't miss that time. A miss. I hit. One more hit and you're toast, buddy. Got him. You're not gonna stop me that easy. Check that out. The armor I would have bought if I had the money. And I get it for free. Darn right, I'll equip that. Boom, big boost to defense right away. Last card here. The Elven Forest. You enter a new area. The trail of Queen Malvina's Knights has led you to the home of the mysterious elves, who are known not to trust outsiders. Okay.